Pregame.com.
Welcome back. I'm Marco D'Angelo, joined with Stephen Nover. This is our popular Rant of the Week section, where me and Stephen get to blow some steam off of what's on our chest. And we've got a couple topics this week, and we actually agree on the one topic. So let's just go ahead and start with that one, because we're taping on Thursday. The end of the baseball season was Wednesday. And Stephen, before we get to the Rant of the Week, as a pure baseball fan, last night was, to me, the most exciting time of baseball since McGuire was chasing Roger Maris. Last night, 4 games, 2 teams battling for, wild cards, 2 spots, 4 teams. It was great baseball, and you couldn't have any better drama than we had last night. That is the epitome of what sports is, and hats off to the Houston Astros got drilled, but they still put up a fight against St. Louis in the other couple games. The Baltimore Orioles, Philadelphia with nothing basically to play for that last game, went out there and put up a battle. The Yankees,
deserve no credit.
blow the 7-0 lead. But in football, final week of the season, teams that had nothing to play for, you would have saw none of the stars out there. Yeah. That's what I like about baseball.
I give Baltimore credit, but I think you really have to rip the Red Sox and the Braves. Those were some mammoth choke jobs.
Boston, well, neither one of them should have blew, but to me, Boston just unbelievable what they did. And with, this is a team that not only blew the 9-game lead, but a couple weeks before that, this was still a first-place club. Yeah. They went from first place to wild card to nothing.
Horrible.
But for everything good about baseball last night, Jose Reyes, I guess he never heard the term, there's no I in team, because he's going for the batting crown. This is a guy that's missed a lot of games this year already. It's not like he played every single game of the season. He's missed a lot of games, but he has, obviously enough at-bats to qualify for the batting crown. And he had a slight lead over Braun from Milwaukee. Goes out yesterday, final day of the season. First inning, bunt single. Take me out of the lineup.
Yeah.
Doesn't even...
Okay. I'm not going to defend Jose Reyes, but from his personal, selfish standpoint, he's playing for a big contract. So he's in his year where he can walk, and so he wants to clinch the batting crown to use that on his resume. But I agree with you. Ted Williams set the honorable standard where he played both games, a doubleheader, and he didn't take himself out when he could have.
Didn't he go 6 out of 8?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think that was it, and that's the honorable standard. What Bud Selig should do is put an asterisk by anyone that does that. Wins the batting title and then doesn't play the whole time, pulls himself out. Put an asterisk there saying, yeah, won the batting title, but gutlessly pulled himself out of the lineup.
If, and I understand, he wanted to win the crown, and like you said, he's a free agent, so he's going to command a big contract. But if I'm a GM and I saw what happened yesterday, how do you want that in your clubhouse? That clearly, there's no denying it was pure satisfaction for him. And do you want that kind of player? I want a guy that, is going to be a team player. That's how you build chemistry. It absolutely baffled me. And the manager of the Mets, I don't know. You're the manager. The post-game interview that he did, he said he went to Reyes and asked him what he wanted to do. You're the manager, for God's sake. Yeah. You do what I tell you to do. Yeah. You come out of the game when I tell you to come out of the game.
Well, you're back to the Leo DeRocher era. This is baseball 2011. The players tell the managers what to do.
That's my rant of the week. Jose Reyes, that was that gutless move. It didn't happen, but I was hoping that Brian Braun went 4 for 4 last night. I would have
loved it. Yeah.
And they were playing my Pittsburgh Pirates, and if I could have got a call to the clubhouse, I'd have told them I'd have served up softball pitches for every bat he was up. It didn't mean anything. Let him have it. Screw Jose Reyes.
Well, you know that actually happened in baseball history with Ty Cobb. I think he was playing the Philadelphia Athletics or something, where they wanted somebody else to win the batting title, and Cobb was leading, and Cobb got a couple hits, and the other guy's game was after that. I think it was Napoleon LaJoie. And anyways, the other team let him bunt down third base and didn't field the ball. And he went like 8 for 10 in a doubleheader and won the batting crown or maybe Cobb still won it, something like that. It was awfully close, but they let him. That's how much they hated Ty Cobb in those days.
All right, what's your rant?
Oh, my rant, Marco, is the Minnesota Vikings situation, their head coach. Now, they've had some overmatched head coaches through the years. Les Steckel, his brutal one-year regime, and lately Mike Tice was a buffoon, let too much happen there. I was never a fan of Brad Childress, micromanaging PR nightmare, who I thought was a terrible coach for the talent he had. Now we can add Leslie Frazier. I mean, he's seems to be a quiet type, but no less as bad as these other guys. They've had 3 double-digit leads, 3 big leads at halftime. They've blown every game. They've come out and showed nothing in the second half. What has Leslie Frazier said to them, if anything, at halftime? I mean, what was their halftime? Hey, we're going great. Let's just keep it going. Bye. Or let's go out and get some beer. What is he saying to them at halftime?
Apparently, he must be saying to them, hey, we're up 20-0. We've got the best running back in football. We're going to rest him the second half and not use him. How do you not run Adrian Peterson? He had...
Yeah, and some of this, which is part of my rant, is directed at their offensive coordinator, Bill Musgrave. How do you have one of the most explosive, dangerous weapons, Percy Harvin, and use him for less than 50% of the plays of the first 2 games of the season? I guess the light finally clicked on. He played a little more in the 3rd game, but how do you not use this guy? Also, a rant to the Vikings management. How do you come up with these 2 wide receivers, Michael Jenkins and Bernard Berrien? These guys are not starters. They couldn't start for any other team in the NFL. Jenkins can't run at all. Berrien hasn't been effective in years. How do you line these guys up? I mean, Donovan McNabb, way over the hill, probably close to being washed up, but he does not have a chance behind a bad offensive line, the worst set of starting wideouts in the NFL, and it's a mess there. And if they lose to Kansas City, and they've been a horrible team on the road, they're 0-4, they're dead. You might as well fire Frazier, give Christian Ponder a shot, bring in a new head coach, and start from scratch. That's how bad they mismanaged this Viking team, because I think when they opened the season, they were saying, no, this is not a rebuilding year, even though we drafted Ponder with our first-round pick, a reach in my opinion. We still have talent, which they do, on both sides of the ball, but they've mismanaged this with coaching, and that is my rant of the week.
What do you make of the fact that Adrian Peterson, the number of touches he's getting?
Ridiculous. Stupid. Bad coaching. And how do you on 4th and 1 give the ball to, not give it to Adrian Peterson when you need a yard? You win or lose with your best player. And when your best player is arguably the best running back in the NFL, Marco, that comes down to coaching. I mean, Detroit just stole that game away from them. Detroit was ready. You know, it was going to be a loss for them. It's.
I had Minnesota. I got a push out of it because it was 3, but there's a game, you're up 20-0, playing at home. You put that in the W column.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, coaching.
So, there you go, guys. The rants of the week. Leslie Frazier, Jose Reyes. Who do you think's the bigger a-hole this week? Okay, jump in to the forums. We want to hear. If you got somebody better than that, we'd like to hear who it is. But vote. Is it Leslie Frazier or Jose Reyes? Hey, we'll be back next week with videos. We'll do the NFL again, me and Stever, and we'll have the rant of the week next week. Talk to you guys then.